et non de ce qu'elle n'en a pas.
For I mean that the other men be erased and ye burdened.
Car il s'agit non de vous exposer à la détresse pour soulager les autres, mais de suivre une règle d'égalité dans la circonstance présente. Votre superflu pourvoira à leurs besoins.
But by an equality that now at this time is abundance, may be a supply for their want, and their abundance also may be a supply for your want, and that there may be equality.
Afin que leur superflu pourvoie pareillement au vôtre, en sorte qu'il y ait égalité.
As it is written that he that hath gathered much hath nothing over, and he that gathered little hath no lack.
Selon qu'il est écrit, celui qui avait ramassé beaucoup n'avait rien de trop, et celui qui avait ramassé de peu n'en manquait point.
And also going to read in the book of 3 John, the first chapter and the first and second verse.
Kutanga lisusu na buku ya Yohani Isato kubanda chapitre 1 verset 1 à 2.
So in the first verse it says, the elder unto you, the well-beloved Gaius, whom I love in the truth.
L'ancien à Gaius, le bien-aimé que j'aime dans la vérité.
Beloved, I wish that all above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth.
Bien-aimé, je souhaite que tu prospères à tous égards et sois en bonne santé comme prospère l'état de ton âme.
So for today's subject, we're going to talk about how it's more blessed to give than to receive.
Bongo nasima litangi nyonso oyo tokolobela isengo ezali na kopesa koleka na kozela kozwa.
Because God wants us to give to others.
Kwa ete nzambe alingi ete tukakopesa basusu.
He wants us to help and love each other.
Alingi ete tukakosunga pe tolinga bamoko pe mosusu.
And to do that, you must learn to give to all kinds of people.
Bongo na bongo isengi ete tukakoyekola ndenge nini tukakopesa na batu nyonso.
You should learn how to give to your friends, your family, strangers, everyone.
Isengi koyekola ndenge nini kosunga bandeko na libota baninga tope bapaya.
You have to learn that there are more things that can be gained from giving to others than actually receiving.
Isengi liboso sala ete eloko oyo ezali kopesa epai na basusu ezali mbala mingi oyo ezongelaka yo.
You should give to all types of people, even your pastor.
Isengi kopesa mutu nyonso zanga kotala nani azali koleka mingi pe mobateli na bino.
You also have to learn how to give to the church the same way you give to others.
Isengi koyekola ndenge nini ya kopesa na eklesia na yo pe lolenge nini ozali kopesa pe na batu mosusu.
The same way you support your friends and families, you should also support strangers that way.
Lolenge moko ozali kopesa CBC na baminama ya libota na yo bandeko to pe basi pe baninga na yo isengi kiko kosala yango pe pona batu mosusu.
And you should also try to help the church as well.
Isengi pe kwa kopesa CBC na eklesia na yo.
I'm actually going to read a paragraph from one of the sermons preached by Brother Branham.
Azali kotanga lite ya ndeko Branham.
It was preached on the 20th of July 1958, preached in the evening. It's called The Placing of the Deacons.
Again?
The Placing of the Deacons, 580720.
Azali kotanga na lite ya oyo kotiama ya badiakono na eklesia. Eteami le 20 juillet 1958. Paragraphe ya yambo.
At the first paragraph it says, and that is the first is the placing of the deacons into the church.
Branham dit, et voilà La première chose est le placement des diacres dans l'Église.
And our little church over here is sovereign.
Et notre petite Église ici est souveraine.
It doesn't have any denomination or anything to send its deacons. It elects its own deacons.
Elle n'a ni dénomination, ni rien qui lui envoie des diacres.
It elects its pastors, its trustees. It elects everything that comes in and out of the church.
Elle élit ses propres diacres, elle élit son pasteur, elle élit ses administrateurs, elle élit tous ceux qui entrent dans l'Église et tous ceux qui sortent.
And the church, or those who come and support the church with their presence, with their tithe and offerings, are always the ones that has legal say-so in the placing of such.
Personne n'a le dernier mot sur quoi que ce soit, cela revient à l'Église. Et l'Église, ce sont ceux qui viennent et qui supportent l'Église par leur présence, par leurs dîmes et leurs offrandes. Ce sont toujours eux qui ont le droit de dire un mot dans de tels placements.
So over here, Brother Branham is just trying to point out that giving to the church is very important.
Awa isika tuuti kotanga ndiko Branham azali kobeta sete epai wapi ko pesa simbisi na ecclesia ezali na itomba makasi.
Because the church needs support by everyone for it to keep running.
Kwa ete ecclesia esengi ezala na simbisi ya binamana yango nyonso po ete yango kokenda liboso.
The church can't really run on its own. It needs some help and support.
Ecclesia ekoki kotambola te yango moko ezali na bosenga ya lisungi to pe simbisi.
Which is why they're always open to accepting any sort of support that could be coming from you people.
Tina yango ecclesia ezali efungwami po ete mutu nyonso oyo azali na simbisi to pe kopesa maboko akoya kosala yango.
Because that's how the church is able to keep running, and it's also why our pastor is able to live by all your support.
Ezali lolenge wana nde ecclesia ekoki kokenda liboso, ezali pe lolenge wana nde ecclesia ekoki kotambola, pe ezali pe na lisungi na bino nde mobateli akoki kobika.
Which is why by giving to the church and giving to your pastor, God can actually bless you greatly.
Abongo kopesaka simbisi na ecclesia na yo pe kopesaka simbisi na mobateli na yo, Nzambe akopambola yo.
By supporting him and his family and all of that, him himself, he's also trying to support his people.
Na kopesaka simbisi epai na mobateli na libota na epe na makambo nyonso po ete ye pe azali kosala nyonso po ete akokosunga bino.
And of course God is also blessing you for those things.
Pe bongo Nzambe pe azali kopambola ye na kosalaka bongo.
If we go to another sermon over here preached on 630901 morning called Token.
Soki totali na litea oyo ebengami elembo eteyami le 1er septembre 1963 matin.
We're going to go on the 444th paragraph.
Tukotanga na paragraphe 444.
It says over here, look, I realize that, you know what, it's your tithe and offerings that I live by.
Regardez, je me rends bien compte que, savez-vous, ce sont vos dîmes et vos offrandes qui me procurent de quoi vivre.
It's your support here at the church that I have somebody to preach to.
C'est grâce à votre soutien, à vous, de cette église, que je peux trouver des gens à qui prêcher.
It's your love, it's your amens, and it's your fellowship, and your kind of words amongst out there that they have to go in different states across the nation. It's your words that help make the message.
C'est grâce à votre amour et à vos amens et à votre communion fraternelle et à vos bonnes paroles partout où vous allez au milieu de ce monde, dans les différents états de cette nation. Ce sont vos paroles qui aident à propager ces messages.
We are the partners in this with Christ. We are brothers and sisters, and He's our King.
Nous sommes associés dans ceci avec Christ. Nous sommes frères et sœurs, et il est notre roi.
And I love you where I am. I want you to be. I drive across the nation to speak to you a couple times.
Je vous aime là où je suis. Je veux que vous y soyez aussi. Je parcours tout le pays en voiture, rien que pour vous parler une ou deux fois.
I long to meet with you here on Sunday morning. I love you and I've always loved you.
Je suis impatient de vous voir le dimanche matin. Je vous aime. Je vous ai toujours aimé.
Sometimes I have to speak real harsh, but it's only correcting. You see, it's just because I love you, you see, and I don't want you to miss it. You mustn't do that.
Il arrive que je sois obligé de parler d'une manière très dure. Mais ce n'est que pour corriger. Vous voyez? C'est parce que je vous aime. Voyez-vous? Je ne veux pas que vous manquiez les billes. Vous ne devez pas faire cela.
And you guys have to understand that a lot of the things the pastor does here is actually to support you people.
Isengete wakososola ete makambo maso mo bateli abazali kosala awa ezali kaka pona kopesa bino CBC.
He's helping you in so many ways. He's correcting in so many ways.
Azali kosunga bino na lolenge ebele, azali kosembola bino to pe kozonisa bino na nzela na lolenge ebele.
Because he loves every single one of you, which is why he's always trying to take care of all of you.
Tina wana azali kosala yango pamba te po ete azali na bolingo pona moto nyonso awa.
But this is one person that's taking care of all of you. He's like your shepherd.
Moto oyo azali ko kamata bino, azali ko senzela likolo na bino, azali mobateli na bino.
He's always trying to help you guys. He's always trying to give to you guys and help you guys.
Azali kosala maso po sunga bino, azali kosala maso pona kolendisa bino.
He chose to live a specific life just to help you guys.
Aponiete akokobika bomoi na lolenge ya bato pamba po ete akosalela bino.
It's true that sometimes he can be a little harsh, but he's only trying to correct you guys because he wants you guys to go towards the right path.
Izali solo ete mbala mingi alobaka na ndenge ya kusembola makasi. Izali kaka po ete akokomema bino na nzela po ete okokobunga te.
And the same way that he's trying to do everything to support you guys should try to do the same thing to him as well as the church.
Na lolenge wana ye azali kosala bongo pona kopesa bino simbisi, pona kosunga bino, esengi na bino pe bino kosala bongo pona kopesa ye simbisi pe kosunga ye pe kosunga ecclesia.
Because he's trying to do so much in order to make sure that you guys are living good lives. So you guys should, of course, do the same for him.
Azali kosala maso oyo akoki po ete bino boko kozala bomoi malamu, po ete boko kozala bato malamu.
And by doing this, you'll actually be more blessed by giving to people like your pastor, the church, friends, families, whatever. Just by giving in general, God can bless you for those things.
Pe senge na bino boko kosala pe bongo epai na ye. Molenge bozali kosala na libota na bino na baninga na bino. Akosala ka bongo Zambe akopambola bino.
If we read another sermon over here preached on 50:08-22 called Faith Without Works is Dead, we're going to read on the 8th paragraph.
Tokotanga na litea oyo kondima kozanga mosala ezali akokufa. Tope la foi sans œuvre est morte. Prêché le 22 août 1950, paragraphe 8.
Over here it says, one time I thought that it wasn't right to receive a present from someone give you.
Autrefois, je pensais que ce n'était pas bien de recevoir un cadeau offert par quelqu'un.
Brother Sharrett, a man corrected me on that. He said, Brother Branham, I hate to correct you on anything, but you're mistaken there.
Frère Charit, c'est lui qui a fait pression sur moi à ce sujet. Il a dit, Frère Branham, je suis obligé de vous corriger là-dessus. Mais a-t-il dit, là vous vous trompez.
He said, "You've caused those people by not receiving their presents. You caused them to lose their reward." He said, "It's more blessed to give than it is to receive."
Il a dit, vous faites faire des pertes à ces gens en refusant leurs cadeaux. Vous leur faites manquer leurs récompenses. Il a dit, il y a plus de bonheur à donner qu'à recevoir.
Then he told me the story. I just believe, I'll tell you this right now.
Ensuite, il m'a rencontré son histoire. Je crois, je vais vous la rencontrer maintenant même.
It just comes to my mind for a moment. John B. Sherritt from Phoenix, Arizona, one of the business managers of the campaign. Many of you have met him, no doubt.
Je viens juste d'y penser il y a un instant. John B. Sherritt de Phoenix en Arizona, l'un des directeurs commerciaux de la campagne.
If anybody here would happen to know Brother Sherritt or anybody John Sherritt, Phoenix, Arizona, well, he's a product of a God's Bible School in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Beaucoup d'entre vous l'ont sans doute rencontré. Y a-t-il par hasard quelqu'un ici qui connaît Frère Sherritt, ou plutôt quelqu'un qui connaît John Sherritt de Phoenix en Arizona? Bien, c'est un produit de l'école biblique de Dieu à Cincinnati dans l'Ohio.
The dean of the college was talking to me a long distance a few moments ago. A very fine man, Brother Stanley. Many of you hear Brother Stanley from the God's Revivalist. He's at my house waiting for me right now.
Le doyen de l'université me parlait de lui il y a quelques mois. Un très brave homme, Frère Stanley. Beaucoup d'entre vous ont entendu parler de Frère Stanley, un revivaliste de Dieu. Il m'attend chez moi maintenant.
Then receiving.
Na eteni oyo tuuti kotanga awa ndeko Sherritt azali koyebisa ndeko Branham ete ezali na litomba to mpe ezali esengo kopesa koleka na kozela.
Now, to understand this better, we're actually going to go to the 11th paragraph.
Wana kososola paragraphe oyo tuuti kotanga tokotanga paragraphe 9.
It says over here, but just about the time they got it all paid off, they had a revival in Phoenix, and there was a man by the name of Dr. Sutton.
Alors lui et frère Raymond, beaucoup d'entre vous ont entendu parler de lui. Which paragraph?
Paragraph 11, just to go down a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Paragraphe 12. Non, paragraphe 11. Juste au moment où ils avaient tout réglé, ils ont eu un réveil à Phoenix. Il y avait là un homme du nom de Dr. Sutton. Je ne sais pas si oui ou non vous le connaissez.
Don't know whether you know him or not, but he was by birth a Canadian.
Un évangéliste, un prédicateur du plein évangile était venu à la Phoenix. Il séjournait dans le camp de touristes.
A gospel preacher came down to Phoenix and he was staying in a tourist camp. And the Lord appeared to Brother Sherritt one night in a dream and said to him, "Take your silverware and clothes and your wife and leave your home, and turn that over to Brother Sutton."
Et le Seigneur apparut à Frère Sherritt une nuit dans un songe. Il lui dit, prends ton argenterie, tes vêtements et ta femme, ensuite quitte ta maison et remets-la à Frère Sutton que voici. Pensez-y.
Think of it, after about 10 years of hard labor in the Depression, saving and striving, and the Lord told him to return that over to Dr. Sutton, which was a well-known minister.
Pensez-y, après environ 10 ans de dire la paix, pendant la crise, faisant de l'épargne et déployant des efforts, Et le Seigneur lui dit de remettre cette maison au docteur Citon, qui était un prédicateur réputé.
Brother Sherd said, "All right, Lord," went to his low companion and said, "Honey, the Lord has spoke to me and told me to turn our house over, just to take the silverware, our clothes, and turn the house over to Brother Sutton."
Frère Charita a dit, d'accord Seigneur. Il alla auprès de sa petite compagne et dit, chérie, le Seigneur m'a parlé et m'a dit de remettre notre maison, de prendre juste notre argenterie et nos vêtements et de remettre la maison à Dr. Sutton.
When he went and told her, he said, "All right, dear." She believed in her husband and said, "If the Lord said for you to do that, God's got something else for you."
Quand il est allé en parler à sa femme, elle a dit, d'accord chérie. Elle crie en son mari et dit, si le Seigneur t'a demandé de le faire, c'est que Dieu a autre chose à faire pour nous.
And what she said over here is actually true.
Oyo alobi awa ezali ya solo.
Because by giving to someone,
Po ete na kopesaka moto mosusu,
by doing this, God will naturally bless you for the good deeds that you do.
nakosalaka boye na nakosalaka bongo Nzambe akopambola yo kaka.
The more you give to others, the more God's got something to give to you.
Bala mingi yo ozali kopesa pe kopesa simbisi epai na basusu, bala mingi pe Nzambe akokanisela yo.
But usually the times where God blesses you the most are usually when you give something off that's really meant something to you.
Bala mingi Nzambe apambolaka mingi soki opesi simbisi to pe okabeli moto eloko oyo ezali na talo to pe tina mingi mpona yo.
For example, this brother over here had a house that he worked really hard for.
Wana ndakisa ndeko Charite mpona ndako na ye umeli asali mosala pendant 10 ans.
10 whole years just trying to work for that house, and out of nowhere he's just told to give it off like nothing.
Basali basali mbongo babateli pe babombi pe basali babongisi basombi ndako oyo pe bambala kaka Nzambe alobi bozo yango pesa moto mosusu.
And for any person to give something like that, it would probably hurt, because imagine working for something for about like 10 years only to lose it all in an instant.
Ezali ekozala pasi mpona moto nyonso kosala likambo oyo ndeko Charite asali. Banza nano osali mosala ya makasi uta mbula zomi pe okoko kobungisa eloko oyo osaleli yango mosala na seconde moke.
But when you give away something that kind of hurts you on the inside to give away, that's usually the time where God will bless you the most for your kindness.
Wana ezali yoko pesa eloko koyoka motema pasi tango zali kopesa yango epa na moto mosusu ezali na tango wana nde Nzambe akopambola yo.
If you go to the 16th paragraph, it says over here, "Now if you want to write to him, just write John B. Sherd, Phoenix, Arizona. It'll get to him, and ask for a testimony yourself."
Paragraphe 16. Eh bien, si vous voulez lui écrire, écrivez simplement à John B. Sherd à Phoenix en Arizona. Ça lui parviendra.
He's printing tracts and everything, scattering the gospel everywhere. He's probably with us shortly again in the campaign.
Et demandez-en vous-même les témoignages. Eh bien, il imprime des traités et tout. Il répand l'évangile partout. Il sera probablement avec nous bientôt dans la campagne.
It is more blessed to give than it is to receive. See, that isn't saying anything. You let God tell you what to do. And when God tells you to do that, Miss Jones over there is a widow woman and needs some clothes, and he speaks to you to go help that widow woman, you have to go help her.
Il y a plus de bonheur à donner qu'à recevoir. Voyez? Et maintenant, cela ne veut pas dire laissez Dieu vous dire ce qu'il faut faire. Voyez? Et lorsque Dieu vous dit que Madame Dupont là-bas est veuve et a besoin de quelque chose, de quelques habits, et il vous demande d'aller aider cette veuve, allez l'aider. Vous le faites. Parce que, écoutez mes amis, tout l'argent que... Keep on reading.
Okay. You do that because, listen, friends, the money that we have will all pass away someday. That's right, it won't be no more. It's just eternal things. That things that we have in our soul. It is that right. We come into this world naked. We go out to this world naked, as Jacob said. The Lord gave, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. That's right.
Parce que, écoutez mes amis, tout l'argent que nous avons passera un jour. C'est vrai. Ça n'existera plus, excepté les choses éternelles qui se trouvent dans notre âme. Est-ce vrai? Nous sommes venus au monde nus, nous quitterons le monde nus. Comme Job a dit, l'Éternel a donné et l'Éternel a ôté, que le nom de l'Éternel soit béni. C'est vrai.
So you guys have to understand that when you came onto this earth, you had nothing, and in the end you will also leave with nothing.
Senge tutoka kusosola ete kuyana biso na mokili tuyaki maboko pamba tuyaki na eloko te pe tango ngongana biso ekobeta tokokenda pe lolenge tuyaki.
The only thing that will be remained is God's word.
Eloko moko oyo ekozala seko na seko ezali kaka liloba na Nzambe.
You have to understand that all of these things that you have, all these things that you worked for, they're all just going to vanish one day.
Esengi kososola ete eloko nyonso oyo ezali nango, eloko nyonso oyo ezali kobunda mpona okoka kokuzwa yango, mokolo moko ekotikala.
So instead of being selfish, you should try to display God's nature more while you're still here.
Na esika kozala na motema likundu esengi na yo kolakisa bolingo na Nzambe na motema na yo.
You should be nice to everyone. You should give to everyone. You should love to everyone. You should display God's nature as much as possible.
Esengi na yo kozala malamu na mutu nyonso, kolinga mutu nyonso, pe kopesa simbisi to pe kosunga mutu nyonso.
Because the blessing that you receive from God in the end will be way more worth than anything could ever have over here.
Oete na suka Nzambe akopesa yo récompense oyo koleka oyo nyonso oyo salaki na se awa.
The blessings which you'll receive from will be 1,000 times better than anything you could have had in this life.
Apamboli oyo kozwa sima na yo kopesa simbisi na moto mosusu ekozala koleka yango mbala koto na koto.
The things in this world will eventually vanish, but God will always be there.
Biloko nyonso ya mokili oyo ezali na yango vanité, kasi Nzambe akozala kaka wana.
And God is always trying to be there for you.
Nzambe azali tango nyonso kozala pembeni na yo.
In the same way that He's always trying to be there for you and help you in every way possible, you also should try to help others the same way.
Lolenge moko Nzambe azali zinga na yo, azali koluka kosunga yo, opesa yo simbisi, esenge na yo pe okoka kozala bongo mpona ndeko na yo ya mwasi to pe mobali.
So right now, you should focus more on giving to others.
Sikawa esenge na biso kotia bokebi na biso na kopesaka basusu.
If we also go to another sermon called Leadership, preached on the 65:10:31a.
Tokotanga na litea oyo être conduit. Can you remind the date, please?
65:10:31a.
Été ami le 31 10e mois 1965.
This is going to be the last paragraph I'm going to read, and then we're going to finish.
Ekozala litangi ya suka oyo na kotanga po ete tokosilisa.
If you go to paragraph 8, it says, "But I remember a little story I want you to know. One day there was a widow woman. She had a bunch of children. Perhaps of them a little children's papa was gone."
Paragraphe 8. Mais je me rappelle une petite histoire que je vais vous faire connaître. Un jour, il y avait une veuve. Elle avait beaucoup d'enfants. Peut-être que le papa de ces petits-enfants-là n'était plus là.
And she only had 2 pennies, and she came down the street one time, and it was tithing money, just pennies like you all saved. And she threw it into the treasury of God.
Et elle n'avait que 2 pièces d'incense, et elle descendait la rue une fois. C'était de l'argent mis de côté pour la dîme, juste des pièces d'incense, comme vous ici. Vous avez économisé, et elle a mis ça dans le trésor de Dieu.
Jesus was standing there watching her, and I have wondered, what would I have done if I was standing there? Would I probably run up and said, no, sister, don't do that. You don't really need it. You need it for them children, see?
Jésus se tenait là à l'observer. Je me suis demandé, qu'est-ce que j'aurais fait si moi j'étais tenu là? Je serais probablement allé vers elle en vitesse et j'aurais dit, non, sœur, ne faites pas ça. Nous n'en avons pas vraiment besoin. Vous en avez besoin pour vos enfants, voyez?
No, I wouldn't have let her done it, but Jesus let her do it. He let her do it. Why? Because he knows that it's more blessed to give than to receive. He knows that he would do for her. See, I thank you, you little fellows, with all my heart.
Moi, je ne l'aurais pas laissé faire. Mais Jésus, il a laissé faire. Voyez-vous, il a laissé faire. Pourquoi? Il savait qu'il y a plus de bonheur à donner qu'à recevoir. Il savait ce qu'il allait faire pour elle. Voyez-vous? Alors, je vous remercie, les enfants, de tout mon cœur.
So you have to understand that God is always observing you guys.
Esengi na bino ko sosola ete Nzambe azali ko tala bino.
He's watching the way you treat others, the way you love others, and the way you care for others.
Azali ko tala lolenge nini yo azali ko kozala na boyokani na ba ndeko na bino pe lolenge nini ozali kolingana kati na bino.
And even if there are people that can't see the little efforts you're trying to do in your life, He can still see how hard you try.
Atako bato oyo ozali kosala bango bolamu bazali ko komba te kososola bolamu wana kasi Nzambe na lola ye azali kotala yango.
And the more He sees the way you give to others, the more He wants to bless you and help you more.
Lenge ye azali komona ete azali kopesa simbisi to pe kosunga basusu alolenge wana pe ye akopambola yo mbala ebele.
So if you really want God to give you something really big to your life, something that's a huge blessing from Him, you should focus on giving to others more than receiving.
Soki olenge ete ozwa mapamboli ebele kouta epai na Nzambe, esenge na yo kotia bokebi na yo na kopesaka basusu. Kozwaka ya yo kopesaka simbisi kosungaka basusu.
If you focus on helping, supporting, and giving to others, God will do the same for you 10 times more, even 1,000 times more.
Soki yo zali kopesa simbisi kosunga basusu, kozwaka mosolo na yo eloko na yo kopesaka basusu, Nzambe ye akopesaka yo mbala zomi koleka oyo zali kosala.
So don't forget to display God's nature to everyone and love everyone, help everyone as much as possible, because we are His children and that's what we're supposed to do.
Nabongo nasenge na bino ete boko kobosa na te kolakisaka lolenge ya Nzambe oyo izwami na kati na bino, kolakisaka bolingo epai ya mutu nyonso, ko zalaka na boyokani malamu na bato nyonso po ete lolenge na Nzambe izwami na kati na bino.
And make sure to love Him with all your hearts.
Pe bolinga ye na motema na bino mobimba.
That's all I've got to say for today. Thank you.
Ezali oyo nalingaki kosolola na bino na tonga lelo na tondi bino nyonso.